Okay, so I'm a little bit shocked, actually pretty floored right now. We just found out breaking news today that Jared Isaacman will not, in fact, lead NASA. At first, this was some gossip, a rumor. I thought there's no way that this is true. But now the White House has confirmed that, in fact, Jared Isaacman, who is well respected in the space industry, and many people, including myself, believe that he would be the best pick for NASA, is not going to lead NASA after all. So even though Jared Isaacman was President Trump's nomination to lead NASA, now the Trump administration has confirmed that it's pulling that nomination of the private astronaut that we all know and love. So why the heck was this decision made? Well, apparently it's because there were some differences between Jared Isaacman and President Donald Trump. They were not politically aligned, and Jared was apparently not loyal enough to the Trump administration. In fact, a White House spokesperson said in a statement released Saturday, quote, "The administrator of NASA will help lead humanity into space and execute President Trump's bold mission of planting the American flag on the planet Mars." It's essential that the next leader of NASA is in complete alignment with President Trump's America First agenda, and a replacement will be announced directly by President Trump soon. So this has sent shockwaves through the space community. I certainly was not expecting this, and many people that I know and follow, and journalists as well as just space fans alike, are pretty shocked by this news. As you may remember, this was looking like it was going to be a sure thing. In fact, the U.S. Senate Commerce Committee approved the Isaacman nomination by a vote of 19-9 1 month ago. But a lot of people have been wondering, why the heck was it taking so long to get the actual confirmation? Jared even had unanimous support from Republicans in that vote just last month. In fact, Laura Loomer, who is a political commentator, said on X, quote, "Deep state operatives are trying to derail President Trump's NASA administrator pick, Jared Isaacman, before his Senate confirmation vote this week." And this is when people were saying, I don't want to believe this. We need the White House to confirm this, and, well, they did. And even during Jared's confirmation hearing, there were a lot of questions about his relationship to Elon Musk and if he would perhaps be partial to SpaceX and maybe that there would be some bias in there. And we know that Elon Musk is a very polarizing figure right now. Hopefully less so now that he's decided to step away from Doge and focus back on SpaceX and his other companies. And so Eric Berger shared, pretty sure the net effect of this is that SpaceX just goes its own way in space. Where its interests align with NASA, great, but the space agency's budget is about to be slashed and the legacies will be fighting for the scraps. Which, by the way, I've been checking as of this recording of this video. Jared Isaacman still hasn't commented publicly about what happened. Jonathan McDowell weighed in saying, "So not having Jared as boss of NASA is bad news for the agency. Maybe a good thing for Jared himself, though, since being head at NASA right now is a bit of a Kobayashi Maru scenario." Which I'm not going to lie, clearly by my pronunciation of that, I did not get that reference, but I respect him as a source of information in the space community, and he also thinks that this is generally a bad thing for NASA. Everyday Astronaut wrote, "This is very bad. Jared was an incredible choice, a good blend between aggressive and forward thinking, but knows the importance of the science and work NASA does. I'm nervous to see where this goes." Which, while we're at it, we'll talk about everyone's statement. Scott Manley said, "Well, that's a disaster." I think Marcus House is probably not awake yet as of this news, so I don't see anything from him. Dr. Sean Proctor says, "Totally agree with Eric. Jared is the best choice for NASA." Of course, she flew with Jared on Inspiration 4. Sawyer Merritt, a Tesla influencer, says, "This sucks. I can't think of a better person for the job than Jared." Elon Musk even weighed in, saying, "It is rare to find someone so competent and good-hearted." Joe Tegmeyer wrote, "Very sad to hear this. Jared is the right choice to lead us to a brighter space future. I'm not sure what the actual reason is for this change." So as we learn more news, I will update you guys in the coming days, but this kind of is just breaking news today, and really unfortunate news at that. So I wanted to get at least something. I'm actually on like a family trip right now, but I feel like I owed you guys at least something on this matter. So really a bummer. Not great news for NASA, but who knows? It actually could help Jared in the long run. And I think that this is just more and more an indication that SpaceX will go their own way and, continue to do what they always do, which is innovating and making things affordable. And private space, commercial space is going to, continue to lead the charge for our advancement in the final frontier.